Hi, thanks for coming to the San Antonio Book Festival event with Mitali Perkins. Mitali has written several books for young readers, including Between Us and Abuela, Forward Me Back to You, You Bring the Distant Near, which was a National Book Award nominee, Rickshaw Girl, and Bamboo People. Her new book, the one she's going to be talking to you about in this video today, is called Home is in Between. It's a wonderful book about what it feels like if you're a part of two cultures, like if you were born in India, like Mitali, but live in the United States. We hope you enjoy this event.
Hi, friends. Hola, amigos. I'm so happy to be part of the San Antonio Book Festival. Thank you to the festival for hosting me. And thanks also to Nowhere Books, the new independent bookseller in San Antonio. I am so happy to be here to share with you my newest book. It's called Home is in Between. Now, I don't know if any of you, like me, were born in another country, or maybe your parents were born in another country, but when you move from one country to another country, it sometimes can be pretty hard because you have to learn how to fit in both places. And that's what this book is about. But I have a job for you to do as I read you the book. You have two jobs for me. One is I want you to notice every time the main character, her name is Shanti, which means peace in my language, Bengali. I want you to notice when her face shows her emotions, and I want you to look for four emotions. So I want you to notice when Shanti's happy, when she's sad, or maybe when she's mad, or when she's a little bit scared. Now, when I first came to the United States, those were some of the things that I felt. I was 6 years old, and sometimes it was very confusing. And so I felt all those emotions. So that's your first job, just to notice when you see Shanti feel those four emotions: happy, sad, mad, and scared. Now, your second job is, well, hopefully, maybe you have your stuffy along with you while you're watching this, because I brought my stuffy. This is Nilu, which means blue, and he is a blue elephant. And I got him because, well, for two reasons. One, I found my old stuffy from when I was a girl, and it was a teddy bear, and I gave him a very special name, unique. I called him Teddy. But when I found Teddy, well, first of all, he was tattered and torn, and he was also hard as a rock. I tried sleeping with Teddy, and he wasn't cuddly at all. So one of the best things about this book is that Lavanya Naidu drew the pictures. I did not draw the pictures for Home is in Between. And she included a beautiful little blue elephant. And so as soon as I saw that, I ran out and got a new stuffy. And this is Nilu, and he's really soft. So when I'm reading you the book, I want you to count the number of times that Lavanya, who drew such beautiful pictures, included Nilu. So as I read the book, see if you can count the number of times that you spot Nilu on the pages, okay? So those are your two jobs as I read this story aloud to you. Don't forget Shanti's emotions, and also look for Nilu. Okay, so I'm excited to read this book to you. It's called Home is in Between, and it's my second picture book. Well, here's the beautiful cover that was illustrated by Lavanya Naidu. And I want you to notice a couple more things before I start reading. But first, I want to introduce you to my family and myself. That's me when I was 6 years old and we first came to the United States. And those are my sisters, Sonali, Rupali, and Mitali, and I'm the baby of the family. That's me, the little one. So I had two older sisters, and here are my parents. So we all came together to the United States when I was 6, and we started a whole new life. I also want you to notice the colors that Lavanya used, because she did something kind of magical. When she was talking about the village where Shanti is from in India, she used the colors of the Indian flag, and that's the Indian flag. And then when she was talking about the town where Shanti and her family moved to the United States, She used the colors from the American flag. So you want to look at the left side of the book, will have all the colors of the Indian flag in the village, and the right side of the book will have the colors from the American flag. Okay, so remember your two jobs. Pay attention to Shanti's emotions and also see if you can count the number of times that Nilu shows up in the book. Okay, so here we go. Home is in between. Words by Mitali Perkins, illustrations by Lavanya Naidu. Goodbye, home, Shanti shouted. She waved to Didu, to warm monsoon rains and the green palm trees of her village. The plane landed far away in a town with cold rain and orange and yellow leaves. Shanti clutched her parents' hands. Hello, home, she whispered. Their apartment felt like the village. Inside was Ma cooking luchi, funny stories in Bangla, no shoes, Baba's big laugh. But outside, town was strange. New money to learn, new manners too, like napkins on laps, no elbows on tables, English words Shanti did not know. So back and forth she skipped, remembering the village, learning the town, again and again in between. Ma showed her how to dance Kathak. Tanya brought her to ballet class. Baba taught Shanti Bangla letters, ka, ka, ga. Shanti read him The Little Engine That Could in English. Halloween brought trick-or-treaters. Shanti gave out candy. Next year, join us, Tanya said. Maybe, Shanti answered. Christmas came to town next. At Tanya's house, Santa filled a stocking for Shanti. Back and forth she ran, learning the town, remembering the village, again and again, in between. Shanti danced through Bollywood films with her parents. She laughed through Hollywood movies with Tanya and Malcolm. For Holi, they called a village. Uncles, aunts, cousins splashed in paint, feasting on Didu's biryani. They felt far away. So Ma played the harmonium and sang village songs. But later, on the piano, Shanti had to practice heart and soul. Back and forth she trudged. If only her friends could learn the village. If only her parents could learn the town. Again and again, in between. Spring brought a surprise snow. Shanti and Tanya joined Malcolm's snowball team. You can throw, a kid said. Do you play t-ball? What's that? Shanti asked. Baseball, silly. Where are you from, Mars? Shanti didn't answer. Suddenly, she felt tired. Where was she from? Village? Town? I need a rest, she thought. So Shanti lay down right there in between. After a while, she looked up at a blue sky with breezy clouds and birds winging by. watching over her village, watching over her town, watching over Shanti. She stretched her arms wide. She was good at making anywhere feel at home, especially here in the space between cultures. Now home is in between. Shanti sings Didu's Bangla songs. She hums heart and soul in English. She invites Ma and Baba, Tanya and Malcolm, the whole town if they want. They remember their villages and dance with Shanti, a Bollywood ballet, perfect for in between. The end. Well, friends, I hope you liked the story. I hope you were able to see all the emotions that Shanti feels. If you get a copy of the book and you see the close-ups, Lavanya did such a great job showing all those emotions. And I don't know how many times you counted Nilu, but people have told me, I keep getting different counts. People have told me there's 17, so maybe you counted that. But count again when you get the book, if you get the book. And I also want to tell you that people ask me, is Shanti you? Well, sort of. I came here when I was 6. Now, Shanti had no sisters to help her in between, but I had my sisters. But otherwise, I did feel like that. Where was home? Was it at school? Was it I felt like I didn't fit in. I had to learn, and at home I had to remember. And so I went back and forth. But do you know what? If you, like me, are doing that, going back and forth like that with 2 languages, 2 cultures, I want you to know that you are developing a superpower. That's what we get when we go back and forth like that. What happens is, like Shanti, we can make anywhere feel at home. And after a while, we just learn how to go back and forth between cultures. It becomes really easy for us. It's like a superpower. So hang in there if you're going back and forth like I did when I was a little girl. It can feel tiring, but at the end of the day, you feel like a superhero because you can go to any place in the world and make yourself at home. So guys, thank you so much for letting me read you my story, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. You can find me all over the internet. Your teachers and your parents can help you come by and say hi to me. Thanks, San Antonio Book Festival. Bye.